Previously on Sack and Spyro. After completing all the worlds in Sunrise Spring, Spyro battled it out against the giant lizard Buzz. Spyro then returns to Sunrise Spring to collect as many eggs as possible, along with the help of Sheila the Kangaroo, Hunter the Mid Guy, very mid, and Sparks the Dragonfly.
Hello guys, welcome back to the adventures of Sack and Spyro. How are you doing today?
Hey Dragon, you've managed to survive longer than I expected, but you haven't the slightest idea what sort of dangers lie ahead of you. I suggest you grab your cat friend and whatever eggs you found and hightail it back home while you still can. I'm telling you this for your own good, you know.
And I believe her. I think she's genuinely scared of the Dragon Queen. No, seriously though, how are you guys doing? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling down? Are you feeling mid? I'd love to know. I think I really thought today would be a good day for me to just check in on you and ask, you know, what's on your mind, right? What kind of day did you have? What kind of lunch did you have? Did you have mid-lunch? I'm so sorry. It's tough having mid-lunch. Today's episode will be about me just collecting more eggs and visiting more worlds. I'm in a completely new area from where I first started the game. That's the first time in 4 episodes. And I've collected all the eggs in previous worlds, at least most of the worlds. And now it's time for me to just, you know, meander around while I just yap to you, or yap with you, because I really do want this episode to be about me talking to you, like, and having a conversation. So when I ask, like, what kind of day did you have, I really want to see it in the comments below. I really want to know, like, what the vibe is. If I really think back to it, days that were simple, like after school, I always used to have so much stuff in my mind. I always used to feel like I was kind of on a track and I really didn't know where I was actually headed. Maybe there was a fear of uncertainty because being, you know, a kid in high school is pretty much just knowing that you kind of had to start figuring stuff out, but you don't really know what you're about to figure out. So I totally get that, and if that's you right now, I'd love to know. And if I'm talking to an adult, then I'll say what I'm feeling now, which is a state of mediocrity, right? That's where I would describe my emotions are. I think my day is going fine. It's pretty uneventful, and maybe that's the problem. I mean, I say this to people, if people just tell me, if I ask someone how's your day going, how's like life going, and they say, well, nothing new, it's just pretty normal day in their life, then I would argue, you know, but is that bad, right? Like, is it bad that there's no change to report, nothing to complain about, you know? Probably not. And so when I think about that, I think about how my state of mediocrity is not a bad thing. Okay, pardon the service interruption. I just got a brand new PC and it just arrived because I've been playing on console and doing everything on my laptop and it sucks. Alright, but what I was gonna say is the state of mediocrity. I'll talk about it in a moment.
Rhynocs have been harassing us all day. The workers
Lord,
haven't been
who
able
is
to
this
harvest
guy?
the bamboo needed for the whirligig to take you to Evening Lake. We've tried asking them to leave, but there's
Oh, this guy is dry as crackers. Don't talk to me. What I was saying about the state of mediocrity is that I think it's just been hard to really appreciate my days sometimes because I just feel really frustrated and like I think I want more control over my life than I actually have, and maybe that's frustrating. I think it's inevitable, right? I think life is hard to control and there's a bunch of noise and it's gonna happen that way sometimes. But I also think It's stressful, man. So part of me is just feeling emotionally and mentally exhausted because, you know, I'm just trying to figure Ish out, and Ish is not figuring itself out. I mean, me even recording this video right now is just me trying to explore the possibilities, right? And what I mean is, like, I'm trying YouTube, I'm exploring it because I want to talk to people and I want to see what it looks like when I actually start talking to people. But wow, that firecracker really just hit me. But I guess all that is for me to say, like, I'm a little lost in the sauce, and I then ask you, are you? You know, like, do you feel like you're lost in the sauce? Do you care about the sauce? Is it really that important to you? Or are you just chilling, you know? Or even better, are you like, life is super duper smiley, dappy, happy? Because if that's the case, that's great, you know? I think you should just enjoy life for what it is and not really get too lost in it. But I feel very lost in it. And I think my burden is... Did they really just put these two eggs right next to each other? And I think my burden is... You mofo. Is that I never really just allow myself to appreciate whatever wins I get. No, because I live in a world where I always have to look for the next big win, and that's tough. Okay, I see a different path there, so I'm gonna take the other path. So that's what's on my mind today. Just wanted to talk because I feel like with Spyro, are you serious? I swear I am so tired of that trash little, I almost cursed. That trash little wing flap. This little wing flap right there, that's so garbage sometimes. And in that case, it just like stopped all my momentum, even though I was already in front of I'm above the ledge, at least in my mind I was. So yeah, that was the path I was gonna take. Anyway, I don't care about you, Dwight. No way, the freaky... I don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh, this is a joke. Don't tell me I lost all my lives. Oh no, I have a bunch. I was gonna say, and that really threw me off because that was really frustrating. I was gonna say that the great thing about Spyro is that it's a really chill game. Like, what I'm enjoying about Spyro so far is that it creates some really pretty, cool environments that are super easy to navigate. It doesn't require a lot of thinking. There's not a lot of action going on. Man, all I know is that if you're tired of watching Marvel Rivals, then you know, like, or playing it, then this is the game for you. So, because all you really have to do is just turn off your brain, press circle sometimes to blow some fire at guys, press square to hit some people with some horns, and then press triangle to kill all the momentum in your flight, and then get angry at the game. So that you can at least appreciate it for what it is. I really like this bamboo panda theme. I'm assuming Asian theme that they're going for. Man, I think these guys are as dry as potatoes. I can't. Okay, so that means I just wrapped up this area here. And so I'm gonna get that egg thief. I heard him. I don't know where he's at, but I heard him. And here's a world that I can't interact with because it's another character I don't have. Or part of the world I can't interact with because blah blah blah. I don't know. How are you? I wonder if you guys... Oh no, it's a pot that I have to chase around. That's so annoying. I was gonna say, I wonder if you have been following the series. Have you enjoyed it? Or if you haven't, do you care? Right? Like, what I mean is, does it matter? I felt like with Batman, it did matter to follow the series because there's an overarching plot that would affect your ability to understand what's going on in any given episode. But by comparison, I feel like Spyro is kind of episodic, where it's like, does it really matter if I tell you what's happening? Because theoretically, you don't really need to know that much about what's happening. All you really need to know is that I'm a dragon that needs to find some eggs, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now by chasing this egg thief, for example, and just going around these random worlds and hitting these guys for some eggs. It reminds me a lot of how the way I almost had him. It reminds me a lot of how, you like how I'm cutting these corners? Like old cartoons work. Whenever I try to watch an older cartoon, you know, like in the same way I would watch a newer cartoon, like comparing Adventure Time, especially like classic Adventure Time, versus, I don't know, what's a modern day show that was made on Netflix? That's a good question. I don't know. Alright, I need time to process. My brain is farting. Anyway, just comparing it to like a modern day show that was made for Netflix. Actually, I have a good one. Fiona and Cake. So Adventure Time's counterpart. Both those shows are made in the same world, but the difference is that, you know, I'm looking for the pot and I have no idea where it's at because I've been yapping and this stupid egg thief distracted me. But the difference between both of those shows is that that Adventure Time was made on you know, TV, on cable TV, where it's episodic, and so I'm finding that the early episodes of Adventure Time are kind of dry because it's just random. Like there's nothing really going on nothing specific going on. It's just you're just watching these guys act like bozos for a good part of it. But compare that to Fiona and Cake, the show is like written on, what is it, a streaming service, so you know everything is coherent, everything is back to back, there's an overarching plot, and you can't just skip an episode. So there's a big difference. I think about that when I think about Spyro, because it's has progression, it has like an order of events, but none of it actually matters. And so it's interesting to think about that, because when I play this through this world, I just feel I don't know, I feel feelings. Well, I feel like I can like turn off my mind and not stress too much about what the overarching plot is. And I feel like if you're a new viewer to this series, you don't really need to watch the old stuff, but I recommend you do. And you know what else I recommend you do? I recommend you subscribe. You know why, you might ask? Because I'm a cool guy. I just want to get to know you. Please, I may or may not cry if you don't. Anyway, okay, so now we're doing mini games in the main world, and in this mini game, I can shoot actual fireballs, not just like a little flame breath, so that I can shoot these rhinos off of the top of these ledges and prevent them from hitting my goats.
I'm sure you would succeed if you...
Wait, what just happened? Did I not get that guy? Excuse me? What did I miss? Alright, can we get a cap emoji in the chat, bro? Cause I swear I got everyone I needed to get. Like, am I crazy? Okay, hold on. What is happening? I'm so confused. I swear. Am I hitting them with the fireball? Can I do that? Is that a thing that will jeopardize my ability? Let me see. Do not, note to self, do not hit these clowns with the fireball. Okay, I got it, guys. So looks like we're mainly just gonna be exploring this world for this episode, and that's okay. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit today and see where your heads are at. And if it is not feeling, if it's going great, I already said that. But if it's not going great, you know, I hope that at least having someone who recognizes that that's matters, you know, feels good for you, because I think that's the hard part about feeling like like trash on a particular day, is like, it's just feeling like none of your problems matter. And I assure you, they all matter, you know? How much weight you want to put to each one is up to you, and sometimes it's best to like allow them to just exist and not stress about them too much. But I really gotta get that guy. But it's important to recognize that at the bare minimum, they're not nothing, you know? Like, your problems are important, and I hope you can see that just as much as I can see that. Because I want you to have peace of mind. I don't know if that's what you want, but I think that's worth something, you know?
Please take this.
Yeah, give me the damn egg, because you're being rude and preventing me from moving on with my life. So, bat, what the hell? So the bat is just slowly dropping even subtle non-curse words, whatever they are. Alright, let's see. Where is... I think there's one other portal. These guys made like a little tower somewhere. And I think if I go in their direction... Or is that just them hitting the button to hit the bridge? Okay, so then the only other portal is the character portal that I don't have access to? Or did I miss something? I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to the overworld then, since I'm not finding anything else. And let's just do some quick wrap up there, because there's some stuff I can still do before I call it. So, I think what I was just trying to say is that I know that feeling of anger and frustration, because maybe there's a certain feeling of inadequacy or a certain feeling of being lost, or maybe it's just not your day. And if that's the case, then I just want to tell you that does suck, you know? And it's fine, you know, that it sucks and it's fine. Like, we can figure something out. You can figure something out, right? I, for myself, can figure something out. It's not the end of the world. It's just the beginning, you know? And I think that's always going to be something important to remember, is that sometimes the end of one thing is the beginning of another. And you're not alone. You know? You're not. So, I hope you can keep that in mind. And if you want to talk more, definitely just leave a comment or subscribe, and I'll be around to yap. And with that, I'm logging off. I hope your day gets better, or I hope your day stays great. I'll see you around. Bye bye!